Hi, I have some extremely important things to tell you about happiness and acceptance and motivation right now. So let's get to that. And we're going to paint a picture today because I have not done that on this channel in a minute. I was sitting on my bed last night and I had this crazy realization about myself that I need to tell you guys about. I'm really happy. Not overjoyed, not like I'm ecstatic, not like suddenly everything is great and peachy in my life. What I mean by happy is I have reached a place of feeling content with myself. Not necessarily my circumstances. Not that I love everything happening in the world, not that I love everything happening in my life, but I have reached a place of being so accepting and content and happy with myself. For a while, I just thought I was like in a good mood and I thought it would just kind of go away, so I didn't talk about it for a little while. But something has happened to me in the last couple of weeks where I just got to this place where I am good with me. Even if I'm not good with everything happening around me, it's okay because I don't control the things happening around me, but I control myself and I control how I respond to the things. And I want to talk about what acceptance actually means because for a long time, I was so resistant to facing reality because I thought that accepting myself and my circumstances meant I had to give up my dreams and force myself to like things I didn't like. I had to make myself somehow into a person who was content with everything as it was. Make myself into a person who didn't want more. That's what I thought acceptance was. And I have come to understand that acceptance just means seeing myself and my circumstances for what they are without judgment. When I see myself without judgment, I don't need to rewrite the script to make myself into someone else, because I was trying to do that for a really long time. I was trying to be this person who loved Delaware, or loved the relationship I was in, or loved my corporate job. I don't need to pretend I like living here. I don't need to pretend things are comfortable that aren't. This is what I figured out. I can just feel uncomfortable, and that is okay. I'm not going to die from that discomfort. I can allow myself to experience discomfort and dissatisfaction with some, not all, of my circumstances. It's healthy. You know what that feeling is? You know what that discomfort is? It is the gap between where I am and where I would like to be. See, there's a discrepancy. They don't match. That's where the discord is. And when we feel that discord, we do everything we can to avoid it. And that's the problem. The problem is that we're all out here trying to avoid being uncomfortable with the fact that we're unhappy with circumstances in our lives. I don't like the place I live right now. I want to live in a city. I want to move. I want to have a better paying job. I want to have a job that I enjoy doing more. I mean, these are really common things. This is stuff everybody's going through. And for a long time, I just avoided everything that reminded me that I was in a place I didn't love. Like I didn't want to go out and take a walk outside because it just reminded me that I don't particularly like it here. But that doesn't mean I can't be happy. The problem isn't the situation. The problem isn't that I live in a place I don't love. Situations can change. It's a free country. I can make more money. I can move. We can all make changes in our lives. We can all do this stuff. But you have to put the steps in order is the thing. We have to go through the process. And when I am continuously looking at the end goal of living comfortably in another city, in another career, I can't get myself motivated because the gap is too wide to cross all at once. When we are on the daily grind, when we're trying to get up and get motivated to take action, to get ourselves doing the things we need to be doing, we have to look at what's right in front of us. I don't need to visualize myself sitting in my dream house right now. That does not help me out. Visualizing the end goal is actually demotivating when you are feeling discouraged or just at a loss for what to do, like you legit don't know what the next step is. You don't know how to do the whole thing. I don't know how to get to the new career. If I did, I'd be there. We wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation. Sorry, I don't know why I'm yelling at you about this. Like, it's not your fault that I never became a software engineer. I'm just really, really pumped up and passionate about this right now. This is why I've been in a good mood and I've been confident and I've been feeling good about myself recently. I've been able to motivate myself. And the way I motivate myself is, and I guess has probably always been, to determine what the next step is and then focus on that step only. That's it. Don't focus on the end goal because frankly, it's going to depress you. I'm going to borrow from Mel Robbins here. The metaphor she uses is if you are trying to run a marathon, your goal is to run a marathon, which is a real thing that she's actually done. She ran the New York Marathon once and she tells stories. She uses it as a story she tells a lot. You don't visualize yourself crossing the finish line. That's a fantasy. That's not real. You're miles away, like literally and figuratively, from that finish line. You don't imagine yourself crossing that finish line and winning a marathon or getting to the end of it. You imagine yourself waking up when your alarm goes off at 5 in the morning and you hear that it's pouring rain outside and you don't want to get up and run. And you really are thinking of every reason in the world why you shouldn't get up and practice. You shouldn't get up and go on your run for today while you're training. You should just skip it today. And you visualize yourself in your mind getting up anyway and putting your shoes on and getting out there and running anyway. And she is a big believer, and I believe this too, that you really have to like make yourself feel it. Like she really paints a picture when she's talking about this of like, you know, you're out there and you're running and your AirPods die and you're in a bad mood and now you have nothing to listen to and you're 4 miles away from home, but now you have to finish the run and you visualize yourself finishing it. When I need to feel hopeful, when I need to feel motivated, for example, to make a video for this channel, I do not imagine myself having 1 million subscribers. I don't picture me putting up a video that is really successful. I don't picture a video with like 3 million views on it. I visualize myself opening YouTube, looking at my analytics, looking at my last video that I spent a lot of time and put work into, like looking at my last video's analytics and seeing that that video didn't perform really well and feeling the disappointment and the embarrassment and feeling that feeling of this is pointless. This is a waste of my time. I'm like embarrassing myself out here. Why am I continuing to post these videos that people aren't really watching? And obviously I'm not good at this. And obviously my content isn't really connecting with people. And then picturing myself getting up and recording the next video anyway. Because that is what it's going to take. That is what is within my control. When I wake up in the morning and I am making choices about how I'm going to invest my time today, that is what is within my control. So when I sit down and I do my little meditations and I sit and I try to visualize my goals, that's actually what I visualize. I imagine myself feeling frustrated, feeling disappointed, just feeling maybe lazy, feeling unmotivated. Just I would rather sit around and watch YouTube than go and record my video tonight. I would rather sit here and keep watching videos. I don't want to record. Maybe I'll just get to it tomorrow. That's a real thing that happened to me just now, by the way, before I got up to record this video. There's a lot of metaphors about things being a marathon, not a sprint. You can't manage your whole life today. You can't achieve some great successful thing next week. I'm sorry to tell you that. No matter what a self-help book has told you, you cannot wake up and magically manifest $300,000 in your bank account next month. You can only manage what you are doing today. That's it. There's this cheesy self-help meme going around Instagram that says something like, do something today your future self will thank you for. And there's always like some garbage inspirational picture of someone like standing on top of a mountain they just climbed that's supposed to inspire you. Listen, that's not bad advice, but, and this is especially true if you are an ADHD person, you have a very short event horizon in front of you, you have an issue with time blindness, looking at long-term goals is tough for you, okay? When we say do something the future you will thank you for, we're not talking about a you 5 years from now. I want you to get up and do something right now the you at 4 p.m. will be proud of. Think about getting up in the morning. If you struggle to get up in the morning because you have a tendency to feel anxious and depressed and unmotivated, and like there's no way you're ever going to climb the mountain when you wake up in the morning, which I know a lot of people do. I do. I have a hard time getting up in the morning because I'm like, oh God, it's another day. It's another day of lather, rinse, repeat. It's the same thing over and over. I'm never going to get anywhere with any of it. When it's 7 o'clock in the morning and you're laying in your bed and you don't want to get up and get started with something. Maybe it's your day off. Maybe you told yourself you were gonna, like, maybe, say you're me. If I wake up in the morning, I told myself I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna record a video today. Except when I wake up in the morning, I remember the fact that my last video performed really badly and I felt kind of embarrassed about the fact that literally nobody watched it because I'm comparing myself to all these other YouTubers who have like 150,000 subscribers and I have 660. You know, like I start thinking all those negative thoughts. I'm not sitting there trying to think about, I need to do things today that are going to make the me in 5 years proud. That. I can't think that far ahead. I literally sat in bed this morning and thought to myself, I want to feel proud of myself tonight at 8 p.m. when it's time to wind the day down. I want to be able to go to bed knowing that I got something recorded. Think about what you can do today. Don't be thinking about the you in 5 years and how that person's going to be so proud of some choice you made today. It's too big a canyon to cross. Make the you that will exist at 4 p.m. proud by getting up at 7:30 like you said you were going to. When I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about the me that's going to exist in the evening that will feel very, very proud of herself because she got out of her feelings and she got done. That's how you stay motivated. Okay, maybe not you specifically. Maybe this doesn't work for everybody. Like, do I look like a psychiatrist? I don't know that this works for everybody, but it has been really, really helpful for me for making good choices in the moment. Am I going to eat a whole pile of sugar and stare at Instagram for 2 hours? Or am I going to get up, sit my ass in front of the camera, and record that script I wrote? Shout out to you, by the way, if you are one of the 11 people who actually did watch the last video I posted. I don't know what goes on sometimes, if it's the title, the thumbnail, maybe I just don't look cute one day. I don't know what goes on sometimes with YouTube and this algorithm and these views. Sometimes I make a video that I swear to God is just my normal content and I expect it to get like between 200 and 400 views and it just absolutely tanks. And this is a thing I've learned about social media and putting things out on these algorithmic platforms. Like, you just have to accept that about 20 to 25% of everything you post will underperform for reasons you cannot directly identify. I don't know what it is about that video that does not look that great, but I encourage all of you to go watch it. I mean, it might be bad, but it's not 11 views bad. I'm not an interior decorator. I'm gonna have to figure this all out. I kind of like the idea of having a lot of these tiny paintings behind me when I'm filming YouTube videos. I think that would be really fun and nice, and each one would have a story. And if you were like a loyal subscriber or something, you would know the story about all of them. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited that you watched this video. And that's about all I have to say today. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being motivated. Keep going forward. And leave me a comment and tell me down below, because I love hearing from you guys. It's literally my favorite thing in the world. Tell me what is motivating you and driving you forward. What is getting you out of bed in the morning right now? I really want to hear all about it. I've never figured out how to end a video. This is it. This is the end.